Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here. I will never get tired of classic cinema, so whenever these boutique labels go and do remastered reissues of older movies, I'll always be first in line to pick them up. Today we're going to be taking a look at a great new 4K release from Kino Lorber. This is In the Heat of the Night, the classic film starring Sidney Poitier and Rod Steiger. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. I do like that artwork there, that's very nice. There's the spine. Spine on the other side is pretty much the same thing. Back cover's got our movie description, special features, credits, legalese. Now we pop off our slipcover. And underneath, pretty much the same thing. We have two discs here. A 4K Ultra High Def disc that has the film In the Heat of the Night. And we have a Blu-ray disc that has bonus features as well as the latter two Tibbs movies. They Call Me Mr. Tibbs and The Organization. The original film is 4K only. It's not included in Blu-ray. Likewise, the latter two films are only on the Blu-ray and are not presented in Ultra High Def. I'll go ahead and read the summary of the film from the back of the package. This undisputed masterpiece from director Norman Jewison is one of the most radical and acclaimed movies of its generation. Rod Steiger gives an Oscar-winning performance as a sheriff from small-town Mississippi who finds himself in an uneasy alliance with a black homicide detective from Philadelphia, strikingly portrayed by Sidney Poitier. In the course of investigating the crime, the two strong-willed men must reconcile their inherent prejudice toward each other. The final result is justice and an unlikely but touching mutual respect. Supporting performances by Warren Oates and Lee Grant, an evocative score by Quincy Jones, and vivid cinematography by Haskell Wexler all add to the film's authentic aura of a hot summer evening in the Deep South. Winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture for Walter Mirisch, Best Adapted Screenplay for Sterling Siliphant, hope I'm pronouncing that name right, and Best Editing for Hal Ashby. In the Heat of the Night is a blistering commentary on race relations and a landmark in entertainment. This 4K Ultra High Def Special Edition also includes the In the Heat of the Night sequels, They Call Me Mr. Tibbs and The Organization on the second Blu-ray disc. I always love going back and revisiting older movies because they're very much time capsules of the period in which they were created. The Deep South, even 100 years after the end of the Civil War, was still rampant with racism, and it's really interesting to see the dynamic between the two leads in this movie. Sidney Poitier, one of the first really widely successful and popular African-American actors, and certainly a favorite of mine, gives one of the best performances of his career here. He's been in many, many great films over his long career, including things like To Sir with Love and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, both of which are also fantastic films. But then you have a guy like Rod Steiger, who's had a very diverse filmography over the course of his lifetime, everything from On the Waterfront to the original Amityville Horror. And it's even a great supporting cast here, including the likes of Warren Oates, the actor who'd go on to play Sergeant Holka in the classic comedy Stripes. You can just see all the talent that's assembled here. Norman Jewison, a man who's always been a very underrated director. In addition to this, he also directed fare like The Thomas Crown Affair and Rollerball. And it's just great to see everything come together here nicely. It's a movie where there's plenty of tension, and it's going to keep your attention from start to finish. Certainly some aspects of the film are dated, but that just adds to the charm of it for me because it really shows what life was like back then. And I mean, even in this modern day when you have like racial themes, it's still a relevant issue for better or worse. And this film demonstrates that beautifully, and it'll keep your attention. If you're into classic cinema, you can't do much better than this. Now, one thing I do want to say about this 4K release of In the Heat of the Night, it does not have HDR. There aren't too many 4K discs out there I can say that for, but honestly, it doesn't really matter because this disc looks absolutely fantastic. You still have, vibrant colors where they're needed, deeper black levels, particularly in all the night scenes, and it's easily the best the movie has ever looked, as far as I can tell. I never owned the Criterion Collection Blu-ray that came out a few years ago, so sadly I can't do a direct comparison. There are the 2 sequels included here as bonus features, as well as a few other featurettes. The sequels are good, but nowhere near the quality of the original movie. Probably the biggest mistake the sequels make is they give Poitier's character a family that doesn't really have anything to do with the plot, and their presence tends to distract more than enhance these movies. I liked him better when he was a lone wolf in the original film, and I wish they'd kept that up in the sequels. Again, like I said, I never owned the prior Criterion Collection Blu-ray, but it wouldn't surprise me if there were some bonus features on there that didn't make it over to this release. That said, though, the fact that you get a great transfer of the movie, the 2 sequels as bonus features, and a handful of other featurettes definitely makes this one worth owning if you're a fan of the film, or you might just be someone who's into classic cinema who's curious about the film. So, very high recommendations from this package from Kino Lorber. Are you a fan of In the Heat of the Night? Do you think it's the best performance of Sidney Poitier's career? What about Rod Steiger's career? Do you think it's the best movie Norman Jewison ever directed? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And be sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.